I was trying to cross my leg, but I realized if I put my leg up too high, you can see what I'm wearing. My pants. Look, if I slide my knee up ever so gently, you can see.
I just want you to know that might be the intro to the show.
That's so now bad.
Introduction for anybody who is new to the show. Welcome. This is the Intellectual Stoners Podcast. We are here. We're going to bring some laughs, some advice, some life advice, good times, and all that. I'm your boy Blaze, and this is my co-host.
I'm your boy KB. What's good? How y'all doing?
Yeah, and like I said, this is the Intellectual Stoners Podcast.
So let me ask you a question. I don't know if this is where this podcast was going or not, but I kind of feel like this is where it should go.
Mm-hmm.
What do you consider a toxic decision?
I wasn't expecting you to go there
next. See, this is randomness. You say you want to talk about one of these topics, so randomness. That's why I hit you with it.
All right. So, toxic decisions. It's the decisions that we make knowing ultimately, I might enjoy it in the moment, but in the end, it's not really good for me. For example, I got a perfect example for you. You've seen the movie Limitless, right?
Yeah.
That movie, it portrays a guy who he comes across someone who he knows who has this pill. This pill opens up his mind to the point that he can do anything. He can basically damn near read people's minds. He can predict the stock market. He can, his brain is so powerful when it's fully unlocked that he can do all of these things. But the kicker in it is the pill is killing him.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I guess spoiler alert, but if you haven't seen the movie, go see it. But
if you haven't seen it, you lost. You lost out. I don't know.
But nevertheless, the whole premise of the movie is the fact that he's taking the pill and the pill is allowing him to do all of these things, but it is killing his body. And he is so smart that he actually does figure out a way to overcome that downfall. But the problem is everyone else who did that, who took that pill, they could not figure out how to stop their body from deteriorating, right? So let me ask you, would you take a pill that will unlock your maximum potential if you know it's going to deteriorate your body?
It's a tough question. Because it's like, I guess for me, the question would be, how fast would it deteriorate?
I understand that, but the whole thing will be, you know for sure that this is killing you. And if you try to stop for any reason, it'll ultimately be the death of you, right? And you can spin that a lot of different ways. Um, it's going to be, you can spin that as there's relationships, not just intimate relationships with people you dated. It can be friends you keep around. It can be parents. It can be children. It can be a lot of things. But we do things for these people and we try to keep these people around. We satiate these people because we want them to be happy. But really, these people aren't good for you, whoever they may be. There's parents who have children that are in and out of the prison system. Police are running in their home to look for the child, or the child is very disrespectful. It may not have to be the prison system involved. You know, the child is disrespectful. The child is just doing anything, taking over the house. Um, I don't
Nah, I get it. I get it.
know. Yeah, it's so much.
Yeah. So yeah, man, like honestly, it's like there's so many things, right? That he on, and this is just a movie, right? But on this movie, there was so many things that he accomplished that he thought that he never could or would because he didn't even know it was possible, right? So this pill unlocks all this potential that you have, but it's also killing you. But then it's like, you think about it, you look at life, you're like, half the things that I do is killing me.
That's true. A lot of people look at it that way, and that's where we come to the toxic decision, to come full circle with the conversation. People look at things and they're so in the moment, as I am distracted and not in the moment, but people are so in the moment, like, let me make this decision right now so I can enjoy this moment right now. Let me reconnect with this person right now. Let me sleep with this person right now. Let me stay on this job right now. Because
Right.
in the moment, it is taking care of me and I'm happy and then this decision is good. But
This
that
moment.
decision is a horrible decision. The whole people get drunk and text their ex thing, that is a horrible decision. Yeah,
Toxic.
you might catch up and enjoy the night, but what are going to be the fallout after that? You know, um, there's a lot of examples. There's so many examples that I'm having trouble to say them all. But it is something that a lot of people need to think about because a lot of people make toxic decisions because in the moment it makes them happy or it satiates their needs, but it's not good for them in the long run. In the long run, what's going to happen is you're going to reconnect with this person, and this person's going to break your heart again. You're going to go on this job that you really don't want to be at, and you're going to be miserable. You may not kill yourself physically, but you're deteriorating your mental health. And if you lose your mental health, you are as good as dead because you're not really living. You're living in this toxic world, in this depressed world, and that's not good either.
I lived inside of depression for years, not knowing it, not realizing it, not even thinking that it was that, right? Um, it started um it started at Graham actually. And I don't know if you noticed, but right after when they told me I couldn't play football because of the paperwork, I kind of went kind of wild. And that's when I was really introduced to cannabis. That's when I really started smoking. And I think it was literally that day, maybe. Yeah, I called up the homie. I was told him, I was like, where's that? Roll up. Like straight up. And he was like, bro, you good? Like, I ain't never heard you say nothing like that. You ain't never. I was like, they just told me I couldn't play football over some paperwork. He was like, I'm on my way. And that like from that point right there, I went into maybe a 6, 7 year depression. Didn't even know it. Didn't want to work. Didn't want to. It's not even that I didn't want to work. I didn't have the ambition to work. I have to drive. Like the only thing I ever wanted to do, the only reason I went to Grambling was to play football. I wanted to go play football at the Bayou Classic. I wanted to go to the NFL, right? But I got stopped. I met friction, and that friction kicked my ass, and it sent me into a depression so deep that I didn't even realize I was depressed because it was just a normal, everyday lifestyle for me. You see what I'm saying? And I just kind of went on, and it took my mom to kind of click. Like, it kind of slapped me in my face with something. She was like, what happened to you? She was like, ever since you came back from Grambling, it was just like, you have no ambition. And I was like, damn. I just broke down. And I realized, like, it's been that long. I got kids, like kids. You see what I'm saying? I have no ambition for real. Like, I really don't, like, I don't want to work. Like, I don't, it's not, like I said, it's not that I want, like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to have to do this. Like, I was depressed because what I wanted to do was stripped away from me. You know what I mean? So yeah, like the depression is serious. It's something that really could really get to you and really kill everything, right? And like, if you have a chance to take that limitless pill, you see what I'm saying? And you think that, and if you've been in that state, like it's you all for it, but then it's like, damn, it's killing me, right? And that was the only reason he took the pill, because he was depressed. He lost everything.
He basically hit rock bottom.
He lost everything. His girl kicked him out. He lost everything. The dude looked like a straight bum.
Yeah, and he saw what he thought was a way out, and he basically took it. Since it's a movie, it had a happy ending to where it's like, oh, he solved all his problems and was able to do that. But as we know, life is not a movie. It's not. The only way to really, this came up in therapy. I came up, I'm very visual when I speak. I use a lot of visual explanations, right? There's there's a street, two streets. One street goes this way. The other street goes the opposite way. They cross, right? At that intersection is the corner of, where happiness and depression meets, right? Once you're on that road down depression, you're going down this road. It's a long road. The further down you go, the darker it seems, the worse it seems. That's a very bumpy road. It's a hard road to go down. a lot of people go further and further down that road and get lost on that road, not realizing it's just a straight shot. All you have to do is turn around, right? If you turn around and start going the other way, you're going to start realizing happiness was right back here the whole time. I was just walking away from it, right? But here's the kicker. The kicker is when you turn around and start walking back the direction you came from, all those demons, all those fears, all those things that you have been putting away and acting like they didn't exist, you're not going to have to face them. And they're going to be right in front of you. That's the reason why, and it's so sad, so many people take their own lives once they start getting on the antidepressants and they get on all of these things because they now are on that path that they have to face everything that they tried to block away and shut away because they weren't ready to face it. And it becomes overwhelming. I'm honestly on that path myself, and it becomes overwhelming at times to me. But thankfully, I have people like you to talk to. You know, I have my therapist to talk to. I know that I have people that care about me, and that keeps me going. You know, because I'm on my way back to the corner of peace and happiness. That's the intersection that I want to live on. The intersection where peace meets happiness. I'm tired of being on that road of depression. So I've turned around. I'm making my way back. And not only am I doing that, I'm trying to pick up every person I see along the way back. Um, that road of depression, it is a horrible road. And I don't believe anybody should be on it. So if there's anybody that is on that road and feel like you need somebody to talk to, call me. Call me. I'll talk to you.
Hit me up for real. Because I tell you, like every once in a while, like, and you, it may not be a therapist you need to talk to. Maybe just need somebody just to listen to you. You know, I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of people think because I crack a lot of jokes and I'm goofy, um, that I don't take a lot of stuff serious when it comes down. But like when it comes down to that, I'm here. Like real talk. It's like I tell y'all, man, I'm dealing with ADHD, and there's a lot of stuff that comes with that. So I can I can empathize, So I know how it feels to go through depression. I know how it feels to need somebody to talk to, and it's not that you don't have anybody to talk to, or you don't it's not even that. Sometimes you just need somebody that you feel like they're not going to judge you, like they don't, and they're listening to you, and not listening and have an opinion about what you say in a negative light. I'm gonna tell you, we're not gonna have that. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Like I'm not gonna have that. Like it's not.
Well, I'm not. I don't judge you at all.
Like
Honestly,
I mean, I
who
don't know.
the hell am I to
Some of
judge
y'all be
anybody?
wearing some stuff. I be judging y'all in, but like when it comes down to y'all emotions and what's going on, like with y'all mental health,
Oh no, that's nothing. Nah.
we don't play around with that. You know what I mean? That's real. So anybody, real talk, like if if you need a life coach, we got that for you too. You know what I mean? Like we got that for you too. So like real talk. So I mean, anything you need, like we will try to help you out. I had somebody hit me up the other day, and I had somebody hit me up the other day, and just he was like, "Man, how did you find a therapist? Like, what did you do?" And I supplied the website, and I'm gonna make sure that we put that in that link down there in the description too, because like we need that. Like y'all gotta understand, like it's definitely something that is needed. It's definitely something that is we're in the Black community. We need help. We need that. We need therapists. We need life coaches. We need whatever it is. Matter
We
of fact,
need to understand how to talk to one another, like just to be able to express ourselves. Um, we talk a lot about therapists, and you were mentioning life coaches and all of these things. Um, it is very important, no matter who it is you choose to talk to, find a person that you're comfortable with and talk to them. Tell them what's going on. And trust me on this one, even if you're not talking to a person, even if you just set up your camera on your phone in front of you and just talk to the screen, you don't understand how much that helps. It is amazing. It's just to say things out loud and get that weight off of you. People just trust me.
hey,
Okay, y'all need to
the
decompress, get that off you.
funny part is, you know what that's called?
Huh?
It's called a journal. Hello, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? Y'all know those things that we used to have, the black and white composition notebooks, our journals. You know what those are, right? That's what that is. My, my girlfriend, she's sitting here showing me 8 million of them right now. I'm telling you, like journal, you got to journal. Like when you having these thoughts, these emotions, everything that you feeling, like when you don't know what else to do with them, you don't have anybody to talk to, write them down. Talk to a video, like do some recordings. Like but I can't tell you. So this one particular young lady, right? She was having troubles with ADHD, and so what she did was she made a video about it, her having issues with ADHD. You know that turned out to she does TEDx talks. Like she makes money from off of YouTube teaching people about ADHD. It's called How to ADHD. And you go on there and you can learn all kind of stuff. And it started off with her getting on video and just making something because she wanted help with ADHD. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you just sit there and talk to a screen, a blank screen. And me, if you're feeling like it later on, you're feeling like maybe it can help some, you post it. That post could help millions of people. You don't know what it could do, you know? Like right now, I'm talking to a computer screen, looking at one of my bestest buds ever, and I don't know how far this is gonna go. But at the end of the day, I know somebody's gonna listen to it and somebody's gonna hear me. You know, and somebody's gonna hear what we're saying, and somebody needs to hear what we're saying. This is why we're here. Intellectual stoners.
Intellectual stoners. Um, so this has been this week's mental health break. It's always hard to transition in and out of these things. But we always feel we should take time to talk, let y'all know, protect your mental health, protect your peace,
Seriously.
and protect your happiness. You don't have to live on that road of depression. You don't have to stay on that road. And if you need somebody to talk to, hit us up. Our Instagrams in the bio, in the description down underneath. Neither one of us is really doing a whole lot, so we'll most likely respond. So,
I work at the barbershop all day, and if I see messages, I try to check them. Definitely though. Like if you got my personal number, hit me up. Whatever it is, we're gonna try to do our best to get back to you and get you whatever you need from us. You know,
right.
'cause,
That was very interesting. We always have interesting talks when we start talking about mental health. I never saw our conversations going that direction, but it, I guess the place that we've grown to as men has led us down this road.
and I'll tell you one thing, bro. It has been a very very tough road. This mental health thing, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's serious. Um, and it's not just a building up from like a few months ago or a few weeks ago or a few years. Like this is a lifetime of like trauma and pains that I'm dealing with that has come to the surface with this therapy thing. You know what I mean? Like this is stuff that you really think about, or you don't even, matter of fact, no, scratch that. It's stuff that you suppress, that you don't think about, that comes back and always like hits you, and it's like, wow,
You know
man,
what I find?
hold on.
What I find happen is, and I'm sorry, I'm working on not talking over you, but what I find happens is I start talking, and then I find myself, I ramble on, and then I realize shit has just been coming out of my mouth. And it's not even that I'm consciously thinking it, it's this has been waiting to come out. And it
Mm-hmm.
just all falls out when I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking. And I think you notice, like people start to notice, because I just be talking and then I just stop. All right, I'm good. I'm good.
You know what? Can we go back for, because I was about to say something, because about New Orleans and how great New Orleans is,
Mm-hmm.
and how bomb that Halloween is, right? And then I thought about New Jersey, and then I thought about it kind of brought me back to this toxic decision thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so let's go back to this toxic decision thing. So I make a toxic decision every single day, right? So when I get up in the morning, get dressed, gotta go to work, I have to get to work. And the problem with that is I always make this toxic decision to drive. Bro, it is a death trap driving in New Jersey. I don't know what you talk about, the worst drivers in the freaking country. I'm sorry, bro. These dudes will cut you off for no reason. These are the only people who would drive in the fast lane, right? They be driving in the fast lane and will get in the middle lane in front of you, and there's nobody in front of them in the fast lane. These are the old. She's looking at me because she knows the truth.
You be cutting people off all the time. Do not.
That's because I learned how to drive like a New Jersey.
Do not generalize New Jersey people. First of all, I can drive just fine. Thank you very much, and I know other people who drive just fine.
So
other people,
I'm not gonna. So, okay, so first up, I'm not gonna count my girlfriend, because yeah, she's absolutely right. She can drive, but that's
Wait. Hey, Shaniqua. No. I gotta get that out there. Wait. Hey, friend.
Redren.
no. Matter of fact, no. Let's bring her back, because I did want to bring her on. Can you step on, because when we mentioned life coaches earlier, right? And that's what she is. She is a life coach, and she is a beautiful person. She is definitely somebody that she can definitely help you with anything. She's helped me with a lot. She has been my guide to getting on the right path with the therapy. I mean, besides her being my life partner, yeah, she's just amazing when it comes down to handling business, and this is her. This is the great Shaniqua.
Peace.
She she is the CEO of the company Believe in You, which is all about empowerment and you being the best and honestly, like if you're looking for a life coach, if you're looking for anything in particular to like get any type of help with getting your life on track, And you go ahead, say a little something,
So peace, 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 everybody. As my wonderful king, my partner said, my name is Shaniqua, and my organization is called Believe in You. It's a life coaching organization. So I won't get too much into detail because we're going to have a whole other conversation about it. But I can tell you firsthand, I have dealt with depression. I've dealt with trauma, childhood trauma, adult trauma, all kinds of things, anxiety, still battle those type of things, had a really rough COVID experience. So what they were talking about, I was on the side like, yes, exactly. So what I will say is this, I'll just leave you with this nugget and then we can all come back for a better conversation. So life coaching and therapy are two completely different things. And so I want to make sure you are clear on which path is best for you. So with therapy, that's really focusing in on your past and the things that have affected you that are still affecting you in adulthood. But the therapist really goes into the past, okay? With life coaching, it's focusing on your present day and what challenges you have today. Now, don't get it twisted. If you have some stuff that's going on in the past, it's not that your life coach can't go back there with you. We just don't stay there. So we can have more conversation about that. I will also share, I'm on both sides of it. So I life coach and I was in mental health for about almost a decade. So I look forward to this, but love this conversation. Shout outs to my Taurus brother and talking about depression publicly and kind of leading that movement also with like the health. Always shouts out to my king for being my king and being an example. You would be amazed at how much I learned from this man. So peace.
Well, me too, because to think that he could teach people, I'm utterly amazed. I want to do this right now, even like while we're on air, because I'm gonna put the pressure on you. I would like to have you on next week's episode. That way, well, I say next week, next available recording, because once we're still working that out. Hopefully you'll be available when the time comes, and then we'll have a longer segment and really talk about life coaching and all of that wonderful stuff there. Yeah. Oh, one other thing I wanted to say real quick was that I like your shirt.
See, I changed the shirt. First of all, I didn't expect to be on here and I didn't want to be on here in my pajama tops. But yes, shout outs to Tupac.
My all-time favorite rapper. All those who don't
But
know.
yeah, I look forward to these conversations.
Absolutely. And then we also have to talk about Satan's ribs, and we have to tell people about all of these wonderful things. Because our first interaction with each other was amazing. And I don't want us to rush through it. I want us to actually take some time and really introduce people to one of my new favorite people. The person who has, in my opinion, completely turned my brother into a new person, a much better person. And I appreciate you for it. I tell you that all the time. Pause. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
We'll get to it when we get to it.
But yeah, we'll get into that. We'll talk about it. But thank you for coming on. Thank you for introducing people to what a life coach is and why it is necessary. And we will talk more in the future.
Word.
Always good seeing you.
All right. Peace. Bye, everybody.
All right.
Don't pay no attention to my pajama pants.
All right. Always wonderful seeing my Taurus sister, talking with her. Ooh, it's getting chilly in here. There is a couple things that I wanted to mention. What's the proper way to say poop in public? Poop? Really? Like if you were in a mixed boardroom type situation, you had to go to the bathroom, what would you say? I gotta poop?
Just excuse yourself.
So
Just
you
start
know me.
smelling funny. You just start.
Everybody know me. All my friends. Everybody knows that I'm bougie as hell. So I would say I have to take a lay poop.
Take a leak.
A lay poop.
Lay poop.
Lay poop.
That sounds like somebody who absolutely uses a bidet.
Listen, I don't know what these rich people got with it. I don't know what they got. Listen, I ain't down for nothing spraying up my ass. I'm not trying nothing. Ain't nothing spraying up my butt. Not doing it. Not doing it. It's just not.
It's not
First, first off, I watch Baps. I see what that boudet do. It clean more than your boudet. They clean out your colon and everything else. That was a real strong flow. I tell you that, boy. That thing was spraying like a pressure wash. That was my first. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all know, but me watching Baps was my first impression of a boudet. So that wasn't a good one because that made me think that you get your butthole pressure washed, and that don't look too appeasing. I'm just saying, pressure washed butthole. Saying bless you.
It's getting late. We're going to be coming up to a close here soon. There was a couple things I'm looking over my list right here that I wanted to touch on. But we can save some of these for the next episode. I wanted to talk about some things. And you know what? I'm not even going to talk about what I originally wanted to close on. I wanted to close on Squid Games, which, is taking over Netflix and that craze. And I thought it would kind of be cool to maybe do Squid Games for Black people. Which I just run over it quick because I just want to say it real quick. These are some ideas that I had, which is, various card games, spades, obviously, pity pat, maybe even Uno, a couple things.
I put 3 fingers up because all 3 were on my list.
Yeah. Dominoes, horseshoes. Here's one, a hard one. Monopoly, but one of the rules would be no arguing.
Ooh.
Right? Doing the electric slide, no mistakes. Yeah, just those quick things I wanted to quick hit real quick. But what I do actually want to close on is something that I randomly thought about yesterday. And let's talk about this real quick and then we'll get out of here. Who is the biggest cultural icon to come out of New Orleans since Lil Wayne? Not somebody who, made a big song or whatever, just a cultural icon, somebody who changed the culture.
I have to absolutely give it up to Big Freedia.
That is the right answer, sir.
I'm sorry. I don't know if you're not from New Orleans.
A real emphatic response from me, but I'm excited.
Huh? But honestly, bro, like I remember Big Freedia before internet, but before Big Freedia went international. You know what I mean? Like growing up, hearing Big Freedia. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Like we used, bro. That was Big Freedia was heard just as much as Lil Wayne in New Orleans. If you really want to talk about it.
There's going to be a moment in New Orleans history where they have to talk about bounce music. It's going to have to come up because New Orleans history is musical history, right? So over the course of musical history, bounce music will have its section. Big Freedia is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, bounce stars that there is. Not to mention the transgender thing and all that Big Freedia has been able to do for that community and all the awareness. Excuse me. Big Freedia was living her true life before this wave of people that is coming out now. Big Freedia was one of the original people that was being her true self and was really living out who she truly was. It didn't matter the judgment growing up in the New Orleans hoods, right? And being in the New Orleans, do you know the judgment that people would get in the hood in New Orleans? And Big Freedia was able to not only grow up and endure that, but thrive.
I mean,
so much so that the hardest people would refer to Big Freedia as the Queen Diva.
I'm gonna be real, though, like straight up. I don't know if you ever ran across Big Freedia, but yeah, I don't think you would want to go toe to toe with Big Freedia anyway.
You didn't want to go toe to toe with Big Freedia for sure.
Solid 6'3", 6'4". Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. Nah, but genuinely cool person, honestly.
Met him, person, great icon.
Yeah, I met Big Freedia on some regular, matter of fact, everyday type shit. Doing an everyday thing. She was at work doing I don't want to say, I think it's some type of decorator, like some type of interior decorators. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but honestly, it definitely was. It wasn't something that that was hurting behind. You know what I mean? Like, definitely was making good money off. I'll tell you that, because when I met her, she definitely was walking out of this fire hotel out of a business meeting, like looked like she made a couple mil off the conversation. I ain't gonna lie to you. But by far has taken the music game of the bounce music game to a whole different level. On tour on the regular, quite frequently. Was just up here in Brooklyn 2-3 weeks ago, maybe. One of my real good friends, his wife dances for Big Freedia.
You know when I knew Big Freedia really made it? The day that, and this is, Big Freedia probably had made it long before this. Who am I to say when Big Freedia made it? But when I knew Big Freedia was really like that big, was when I turned on the TV and saw Freedia walking down Hollywood Boulevard performing on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I was like, Freedia is on Hollywood Boulevard right now. Freedia has really, really made it. And with the TV show, the music, and just the general like cultural impact that she's had over all these years, there's no way that you can say anybody else other than Big Freedia as the biggest cultural icon to come out of New Orleans since Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I can't I can't think of anybody else, and that's the only person like that. Big Frida has really, really like put bounce music on the map. And it's to the extent to where now there's other artists that have been putting bounce in their music. Chris Brown and City Girls and Drake and all these other people have been putting, and like, and I don't think people even really noticed it until Drake really put it in his music, right? You know, and we had who was it, Black and Mild and I believe Phil Weeby and Frida got them together. And made a hit, and really put bounce music out there. You know what I'm saying? And that took off. And even before that though, like Big Frida was already moving the way she was moving, you know? And I might say gracefully across the damn United States like it ain't nothing. You see what I'm saying? Walking backwards like it ain't nothing through the United States on tour every single freaking week, just doing something different, hitting something else. Like, just it's amazing. It's amazing. So, yeah, you know, I don't think Big Frida has ever gotten the recognition, but if Big Frida, if you ever watch this video, here it is. You deserve it. You up there with Lil Wayne when it come down to New Orleans legends. I don't care what nobody say.
Legend, absolute legend.
You're definitely up there. Like, you, hands down. It is what it is. Like, you're definitely there because you deserve all of the props for putting New Orleans bounce on the map that it is. You know what I mean? Like, you put us in people's ears. Like, New Orleans bounce is forever going to be a thing because of you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I don't like closing on this happy note. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw one more thing out there, and then we're going to get out of here. Would you rather work as the janitor, as the person cleaning up on a porn set, or cleaning a porta potty?
So, sadly enough, I think cleaning up a porn site would probably be the same thing as cleaning up a porta potty.
About the same amount of human waste.
Now that I think about it, that's pretty much the same thing. I mean, think about it. Okay, you got the stuff that people do in porta potties, and then the stuff that people do on porn sets.
And just imagine if it's like an orgy site, 10-man orgy. Bukkake.
Listen. I feel bad for whoever had to clean up 2 girls in 1 cup. Just saying.
You know, I still regret seeing that. Like, I only watched it, and that's another Graham story. Because I walked in the room while y'all was showing it to Drevin. That's the only reason why I saw it. I was like, oh, what y'all looking at? Oh, look at this. Yeah. Yuck.
Until this day, E-Money still thinks that this is the funniest video. I don't know why he thinks that it's so funny. But he said, bro, last time I was on the game with him, he said something about it. This is what he does. He thinks it's funny. I don't know why. He laughed then, he laughs now. I don't understand why. That is the grossest.
It's gross. It is the grossest video on the interweb. And I am going down some wormholes in that video. That video is gross.
So with that being said, probably the porn the porn site, because at least you might get to see a titty or two. Maybe.
Yeah. I think a titty. I think a titty.
It is what it is. Right.
All right. This has been the Intellectual Stoners Podcast. Hopefully, you all have been able to learn something, been entertained by us today, and always know you are not alone. If you need somebody to talk to, people are here to talk to you. We love you. We are here for you. I've been your boy Blaze and serenading you right now.
I'm your boy KB.
And we are your Intellectual Stoners. Thank you guys. Y'all have a great day.